2 days and nights of high-speed driving in treacherous conditions. The Monte Carlo winner, Walter Roll, and his Lancia team decided not to compete against the four-wheel Audis. We now join David Icke.
Karlstad in central Sweden, host town to the second round of the World Rally Championship. It's the only event in the championship where snow is guaranteed, so studded tyres are essential. Despite the intense cold, it's Sweden's biggest sporting event, watched by thousands of spectators. On the local trotting track at the edge of the town, the first special stage is underway. STIG BLOMQVIST enters the new four-wheel drive Audi 80 Quattro for the first time. With heavy snowfalls, it's clear local residents are not the only ones hurling snow around. Harry VATANEN was placed second last year, and his Rothmans Opel provides the only major opposition to the superb Audis. Although Sweden has only recently had its first major snowfalls of the winter, it's not a factor to worry one of the favourites, HANNU MICHELE. He's the only non-Swede ever to win this rally, and he knows the conditions. He's backed up as usual by French girl MICHELE MOUTON. Special Stage 3 and last year's winner STIG BLOMQVIST is still experimenting with his new Audi 80 Quattro with its 190 horsepower. Harry VATANEN in the lone Rothmans Opel knows he has a near impossible task ahead of him. But MICHELE MOUTON is driving well. She's in second place here. Throwing his Saab into the classic reverse flick, former factory driver Ulla Stromberg is as spectacular as ever. Soren Nielsen's Nissan Turbo is chasing hard. As the sun sets, so the temperature in northern Sweden falls far below zero, a factor which compounds one of the many problems unique to this rally. During practice for the event, fresh snow tends to be worn away rapidly by the passage of the cars, revealing long tracks of gravel which equally rapidly rip out studs from the tyres, leaving the drivers to struggle on for long distances over sheet ice with little or no grip. It's not so bad, though, if you're driving an Audi Quattro. In these conditions, four-wheel drive has a tremendous advantage, but MICHELE MOUTON is among those who have other worries.
It was a screw from the accelerator. Going through there was losing completely, and I was doing 14 Ks only with 3,000, not acceleration at all.
How much time did that lose you, Michelle?
5 minutes. Well, it was 50 Ks speed, you know, during 14 Ks, and we was lucky to finish because, but okay.
We went off for 5 minutes and had to wait to get people to pull us off the snowbank, and that's it. But otherwise, all right, no problem.
When did this happen? Where was this?
Stage number 4. No, 5.
So how much time has it lost you?
5 minutes.
So where's that dropped you down to then?
I don't know that. I mean, not. I think quite a long way behind, but okay, still a long way to go, so maybe we can make up some of the time.
You must be very pleased in second place now.
Yes, of course, but okay, Henri and Michelle have had some problems, so it's not so much driving, it's much more luck, I think.
But who is behind you now then?
Must be Lamp, I think, yes.
Do you think Harry and Michelle might start to catch you up tomorrow then?
Yes, of course they do that, but you don't know how much, but okay, they catch up.
From the start, MICHELE has been in firm control. Yet his constant worry is the national hero STIG BLOMQVIST, who's completed his experiments, and despite giving away as much as 150 horsepower to MICHELE, is now just under a minute behind. Lassie Lampi makes it an Audi 123. Soren Nielsen's rear-wheel drive Nissan gives the spectators some slower but more spectacular entertainment, as he and his fellow Swedes revel in the conditions they know so well. VATANEN is fighting back from 49th place following his off-the-road excursion during the 5th stage. There's still just a chance that the Swedish hero STIG BLOMQVIST might snatch victory from MICHELE, and the crowds brave the bitter weather to see him try. MICHELE's concentration and control remain absolute, but BLOMQVIST stays in pursuit. And there's a spirited performance too from Kalle Grundl's Group A Volkswagen Golf GTI. He's up to 6th place. Opposition in the Group A class comes from Michael Eriksson's stylishly driven Audi Coupe. Nielsen's turbocharged Nissan is challenging Ericsson, while Stromberg has now dropped out of contention after breaking a drive shaft. But a determined Michelle MOUTON has clawed her way back into the top 10 with some dramatic driving. A similar, more spectacular but slower recovery for VATANEN, who's now not far behind her.
Now, what about tonight now, Hannu? I'm sure you won't mind me reminding you, this time last year.
Yes, I was leading even more last year this time. So we have to try to be a little bit more careful and not sleep behind the wheel.
Maybe the fact that you haven't got such a big lead, you won't relax quite as much, possibly.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's hope so.
2 a.m. Sunday, the final night, and the same special stages which brought ruin to the Audi team last year when both MICHELE and MOUTON crashed at the same spot. This year, the traumas are reserved for others. Ole Stromberg has cut the bend a little too fine. And he doesn't quite master the handbrake turn. Dawn on Sunday morning. MICHELE's smooth and accomplished performance has been achieved under constant pressure from BLOMQVIST, who many observers felt could have won this rally despite an immense power disadvantage if team orders had not intervened, forcing him to settle for second. Nevertheless, STIG has given the fuel-injected 80 Quattro a sensational debut. Lampe's careful drive gives him a creditable 3rd place in his Quattro, while Michelle MOUTON has fought her way back to 4th. Kalle Grundl takes a splendid 5th place in his Golf GTI. His driving was faultless. And VATANEN, driving the Rothmans Opel that Toivonen drove so spectacularly at Monte Carlo, has managed to salvage 6th place at the end. Soren Nielsen's efforts have been rewarded with 7th place. But at the finish, it's a 100% Audi triumph, led by the man responsible for this car's development, HANNU MICHELE, who now heads the Drivers' Championship for the first time.
Well, before a check on the Drivers' Championship, let's have a check on the result of that rally. The winner, MICHELE, of course. In 2nd place, BLOMQVIST, and 3rd was Lampe. Now, looking at the World Championship after 2 rounds, MICHELE, as David said, is on top. BLOMQVIST in 2nd place, and Russel, of course, who decided not to compete in that, the reigning world champion who won the Monte Carlo rally, is in 3rd place. So that
has anyway, and it's a long time, but he certainly has got a very nice shine on his coat today. John Frankham riding him, joint champion from last year and striding away at the moment with 89 winners. But let's see how they bet.
Ashley House now 5-4, Brown Chamberlain 11-8. Coombs Ditch has gone out to 11-2, Crimson Embers is 14-1, Sailor's Return 33-1, and Bright Dream is now 50-1.
So Bright Dream, there he is, from Josh Gifford's yard, young Paul Nicholls riding him. Paul really going well with 17 winners so far this season. He was a former amateur. This horse, formerly with the late Bob Turnell, and was one of the half dozen that Mr. Jim Joel took down to Josh Gifford, but left 5, of course, with Andy Turnell. Nice-looking horse, this. Slightly disappointing, but he did get very close to Brown Chamberlain at Chepstow last year. Really gave him a scare, but that was in much softer ground than we've got today. Bright Dream, ridden by Paul Nicholls. In the just trotting round is 7 there. That is Crimson Embers, a lovely horse this, and Stuart Shilston was just beaten by Boreen Door at Kempton last time out, and his trainer, Fulk Warwin, gave Stuart a bit of a roasting for not making enough use of this horse because he's an out-and-out stayer. Running in the colours of Mrs. Pam Smart, and Pam, of course, the mother of Sally Hindley, married to Jeremy Hindley, the flat trainer. Lovely horse this, one of our best staying hurdlers, and now taken to jumping after a rather shaky start over fences. Crimson Embers, number 7. Sailor's Return there. He's by Harwell out of a French beige mare, so there'll be no trouble with him staying the trip. And last time in a 3 1/4 mile race at Newbury, in fact, the Bradstone Mandarin, he was 3rd behind Earthstopper and Venture to Cognac. Beaten 1.5 and 20, he really folded up on that occasion. Prior to that, he'd had a fall at Sandown, so perhaps he wasn't feeling at his best when he went to Newbury. A lot of horses take falls rather hard, others just shrug them off. But anyway, he is a decent horse, he's got some good form. Though he hasn't won so far this season, he is a fairly useful horse. And just look at that nice exaggerated walk on him. I don't think he'll